Hey everybody, welcome to Anita's Wednesday Wisdom Highlights. How you doing today? Last week I talked about Quitter's Day. The second Friday in January is usually the day that a large percentage of people quit on their New Year's resolutions. One of the reasons why we fail to keep our resolutions, whether it's a new habit you're trying to establish, or maybe it's an old habit that you're trying to stop doing, you know, it's good to quit those, right? It's okay to be a quitter when it comes to bad habits. But when you're trying to start a new habit, it's usually that we are trying to change the action, the behavior, without changing the thoughts. And I used to think that this is how it worked. And it can work for a while. And sometimes it can work because when you change the behavior, it gives you a good feeling. And then the feeling helps change your thoughts. But usually what works better is to change the thought. And then the feeling follows the thought. I always thought it was the other way around. I always thought it was, I can't control my feelings. But you can control your feelings by controlling your thoughts. When you think differently, you feel differently. And then when you feel differently, you act differently. So it actually starts with your thoughts. So in order to create that new habit or stop a bad habit, we've got to think to ourselves, what am I thinking? What was I thinking? What am I thinking when I go to do that habit? Normally, we're not thinking. It's an automatic program that's running in the back of our mind, especially if it's an old habit we're trying to stop. Those are automatic pilot things. We're not even aware of what we're saying to ourselves. Like, let me give you a prime example. Let's say you decided you wanted to start a new workout program for the new year. And so you're going to start getting up at 6 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock so that you can spend 45 minutes working out. So the first week or so, you're all motivated, you're ready to go, you're gung-ho. And of course, you do feel better after you work out those first few days. Maybe you don't feel so good the first few days because you're sore. But after about 3 weeks, you actually start to feel better because your body is starting to get in shape. But you got to get through those first 3 weeks, right? So even if you were to push through to those first 3 weeks and start to feel better, you're starting to see the results of your new behavior. If we don't change the way we think about that new behavior, we're going to end up falling back into our old programs. It's just because it's habit. It's a habitual way of thinking that you fall back into. So, because the habit is stronger than the new program. So what a better way to try to reach your resolutions or be successful in reaching your resolutions and keeping your resolutions is to change the way you're thinking about them. Change the way you think about that activity or what you tell yourself when when you want to go do it, right? Like I said, the prime example is you say, I'm going to start getting up at 6 instead of 7 to go work out. Well, 6 o'clock, the alarm goes off and you say to yourself, oh, I don't want to get up today. So you hit the snooze, right? I don't want to get up today. That's what you're saying to yourself. I don't want to get out of this nice warm bed. I don't want to get out of these covers. It feels so good. I'm just going to snooze for another 5 minutes. That's what we're saying to ourselves. And that's a habitual habit, a habitual way of thinking that we aren't aware of sometimes. So when you catch yourself saying, oh, I don't want to get up, you say, no, I want to get up. I want to get up and go work out. I'm going to feel better when I do, right? Got to change the way you talk to yourself in order to change the behavior. And then once you start getting in the habit of talking to yourself differently, you'll see that your actions just follow. The actions are much easier. Not that they're become, automatic, but they are easier when you talk to yourself differently. If you'd like some help with learning how to talk to yourself differently so that you can get better results with your actions, please contact me. I would love to help you. That's it for today. Have a great day. Bye now.